Hello mga kababayan, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Laruan ni Obi-Wan. So this is my project Black Widow. So I wanted to work on this figure for a very long time. This has been sitting on my project bin for about 6 months. I bought this loose figure, actually pre-loved figure. It was sold to me just for $5. So if you take a look online at the standard retail packaging or the original accessories that really came with this action figure, it would come only with a base, a small Ant-Man figure, and no weapons at all. No pistols, no pistol belt. It had a utility belt of some sort. It had stingers or gauntlet stingers, but that was it. This figure has weapon holding hands or pistol or rifle holding hands, but it did not come with any pistol or any rifle at all, or a fighting staff or any type of martial art weapon. So zero weapons at all. So this figure stands at about 7 inches tall, 7.25 inches tall. So compared to a basic Marvel Legends action figure, the Marvel Legends line are really small figures. Marvel Select is known for really giving us aesthetically pleasing or good looking figures like this. The thing that really lacks is the posability. So limited points of articulation on the shoulders, limited points of articulation on the waistline. Actually, Marvel Select won't give us any form of break on the diaphragm area for articulation, so as not to break the torso area. So we retain that really curvaceous look for the Black Widow. Anyway, Black Widows are known to be really beautiful women. Okay, so next thing, with regards to the leg articulation, although we have 2 points of articulation on the knee, we have just a little bit of articulation on the thigh area over here. So this is actually just good for a little bit of posing on your shelf, best on a diorama set or a stand that you personalize. For example, you do a New York scene or Avengers scene, movie scene, would you put your Black Widow there? So that's going to be the life of this action figure. It looks better in this more static or natural pose like this. It would pose a little bit, but not so much. So we have a tale of two Black Widows. So I was looking at these two action figures, and I was examining their accessories. So this had a belt and the stingers or the forearm braces or gauntlets, while this Marvel Legends figure did have forearm gauntlets, but it did not have a belt. So the utility belt actually was just painted around the waistline of this action figure. So what I did first was to take off the hands of both figures, and I swapped out or switched the forearm gauntlets because these gauntlets were just way too big for this Marvel Legends Black Widow, and those gauntlets or stingers are just way too small for this 7-inch Black Widow figure. So somehow right now the gauntlets are just right and nice in proportion to this height or the size of the figure. Now next thing what I did was to paint the belt on this Marvel Legends figure I just applied black paint to cover that painted belt line. So I did not like that. So I took the belt from this Marvel Select figure and placed it on this Marvel Legends figure, and somehow it improved the aesthetic look of this very basic, actually they are two very basic action figures. This only came with a bike, so it was more of a if comparatively speaking than this, the accessory that came with this Marvel Legends figure was better. The base really did not matter, nor that small Ant-Man figure. Somehow that was very very poor of the toy designers to include with this Black Widow action figure. Anyway, I just digress. So let's get back to the points of these two Black Widow figures. Okay, so the next thing, this now has a proper belt, a utility belt, and the proper size gauntlets or stingers. I gave this Black Widow 2 pistols, and for this she already had the proper stingers or gauntlets. Now she lacked a belt. Now this pistol belt and those pistols are from two separate figures. So the pistols are from a Punisher figure, and the pistol belt is from a Phantom X figure. So the Phantom X pistol belt and pistols, when I tried to pair them with this Black Widow figure, somehow it was just not a match. They were just way too big and bulky. That's why I switched pistols for this Marvel Select figure. Now, what I did was to cut off the holsters and reposition the holsters differently. So the right I placed on the left, and the left I placed on the right. And to fit the 1911 pistols, the silver 1911 pistols, I cut off and re-glued or resized the holsters. So right now, this is a better looking action figure with just the right accessories. So 2 pistols and a pistol belt. So the pistol belt, I also cut some materials on the lining, so they would fit properly or snugly to the waistline of the figure. And with the angle at how the holsters would sit, instead of having them really dangling below, I'd rather have them as standard way above or just below the waistline, which I like. So that is the little bit of custom that I did. And of course, to mimic the Black Widow insignia on the belt, as you could see over here, I just painted it. So I painted the 2 red marks over here with black paint, so they would mimic the Black Widow insignia on this belt. So it is also over here. So right now I am satisfied with how this Black Widow 7-inch Black Widow that I have now has proper weapons, now has proper gauntlets, and a nice fitting pistol belt. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's go to the photos and the video shots.